Guys, Deludi Kuna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Arsenal just lost to Östersunds 2-1, so we might as well review the performances. Ospina, between him and Czech, Wenger's previously said he's got two world-class keepers. I'm not trying to personally dig people out. Czech historically has been a good keeper. I've never thought much of Ospina, but at times he's played well for us. But at this current moment in time, they're both as bad as each other. It's similar to the Liverpool situation to a degree with Karius and Mignolet. Which one is worse than the others? Liverpool fans, you know better than me, and I'm not trying to dig out none of the players, but I'm not going to dig him out for the goals. He could have done a bit better for me if you just scrutinise the keeper's positioning a bit, but it weren't his fault. It's Kalam defending. But prior to that goal, what did you see? The first 10 minutes, specifically, like I said in the other vid, first 6, poor distribution from a lot of the defenders and players playing deeper and the midfielders. Him in particular, poor passes. He's putting people under pressure. What is the big key thing? If someone passes you the ball, if you pass the ball to someone, what goes on in people's heads? If you give them a good touch, if you allow them to get that ball under control in a good fashion and have a good first touch, you're allowed to do anything. A good first touch makes your life a lot easier. And in a nice position. If we put someone in an awkward angle where they're having to take more touches or their first touch is going to be under pressure, not only are we putting them at risk of getting injured, we're putting us at risk of getting conceding the goal and going behind. There was a lot of that. And we're having to play hot potato. So Ospina gets a 4 for me, to be honest. Chambers, I give him a 4.3. He gets the extra 3 purely. You were gonna get 3.8, but that's a bit harsh. But I'll give you a 4.3. I was gonna settle on a 4. You get a 4.3. Carl, the second half, he patterned up a bit in the second half. I liked a couple of the tackles, the ball playing, especially in the dying embers. You were trying to make something happen for the side. You was poor in the first half. You got savaged. You have to hold your L for that. You just were poor for me. So you get a 4. Holding gets a 4 as well, man. He might even get a 3.9. You need to start moving serious. Second half, he patterned up kind of, done a nice little slide tackle. Ball playing's always nice, even though you were getting caught. You mistimed ultimately you mistimed the bounce, man. That's silliness. Whether you were told or not, you need to have awareness. Whether you're being coached or not, which you clearly need to be coached, and it's harsh to say. It upsets me seeing Chambers, you, and a couple of experienced players just seeing the potential, or somewhat, not even potential, just something that you can see that you can work with a man being sucked out. Like Holding that, man, just get a loan spell. You were shocking today, man, and you're not really gonna get in the first team or even ahead of Chambers in the pecking order on the bench, based on the fact that Chambers has been on the bench for a couple of times in the Prem when we've needed the centre half. Holding, you were poor today, so you get a 4 as well. The boys get a 4. Kola, you get a 5. The second half saved you. You ultimately scored. You looked like you were one of them that was gonna make something happen. You put in a number of low hit crosses, whether they were good or not. You looked like someone that was gonna try. If anyone was gonna make something happen, it might have been you. Woeful in the first half, getting ripped time and time again. Ultimately, you could have done better for the first goal as well. Like I said, the second half saved you, but it's a 5. Really look a shadow of your former self. I don't know if you're injured. I don't know if you and Wenger's had a bust up. I don't know if you're carrying something. We don't know if there's personal issues. But you just don't look like the bargain you looked like as a free transfer as well in the season. Hopefully you get it back. But yeah, man, unperm up that hair as well. And you was moving like a beast on a greasy thing. You was moving mad. But yeah, Bellerin gets a 4.3 because I saw him put a couple crosses in that people should have met, to be honest with you, and he tried, but he was woeful defensively. And at times he was too concerned with pouring forward then defensively. The fullbacks arguably put us under a lot of pressure today as well, so he gets a 4.3. You're going to play on Sunday. Sane, Sterling, Bernardo, whichever, Gab Jesus if he pulls out into the channels, because you'll have to face him even though he's a striker. You can't play like that. None of you back 5, including Ospina, because Czech and Wenger have said you're going to play Ospina on Sunday. You man can't move like that, and Holding in Chambers if you get drafted in. You man can't move like that against some of the best strikers and attacking players in the league. Like, you players, like, what's going on? Like, is there no awareness in this club? Like, Bellerin 4.3. Wilshere, a 4 really. Borderline 3.9. I saw nothing from Wilshere today, to be honest with you. Couple little link-up plays and a night, couple smart first-time balls. You're always going to get that with Wilshere. But he weren't at it today, to be honest. And I love Wilshere. He's the reason I started this vid. Him going on loan to Bournemouth was the one thing that triggered me, because I don't believe it should have happened, regardless of his fitness. But I'm a man who keeps it fair. I don't believe he was particularly good today. And he's one of them, like Kola. He wants to get ahead of a Monreal. Even though Wenger's probably made up his mind in regards to Sunday, he should be doing everything you could have in a game like this that was on paper prior to the game already everyone. Everything to make Wenger's decision in regards to Sunday hard. Everything to make him think Ramsey and Xhaka, which are likely to play, let's get one of them out and put Wilshere in. Because at one point, Wilshere was playing unplayable. He got that little knock and his performance levels have tipped off a bit. We need Ramsey. Ramsey was needed today. Hopefully some people can appreciate what Aaron Ramsey brings to the table, even though he can act like a Hollywood youth at times, and he was last season. But yeah, 4. I'll give a 4.4 to IWOBI, an extra percentage on a couple players, purely because you were dead. You were dead. You need to pattern up your shooting, your decision-making, a lot of things. I'm not going to defend IWOBI as much as I like him, but you were trying. Like, a man, like, even if everyone's playing dead, when you look at everybody's doing duddery and everyone's behaving like a dud, who's trying to leave this duddery that we're doing? He was trying to make things happen. He was trying to offer an outlet. He was trying, in it, whether it was happening or not, evidently he's trying. And he looked, probably him, Kolar, maybe a couple others, Mkhitaryan at times, and I say that lightly, if anyone was going to make something happen or we're going to get a goal from anywhere on the pitch, even Chambers coming forward, it looked like these lot were going to be the ones involved. So that's what I give him, a 4.4. But considering the amount of opportunities you've had over the last 18 months, you need to improve IWOBI, man. You don't look any better than the IWOBI that came on the scene, and quite rightly, the IWOBI that was bossing it against Barcelona, or the one that scored against Everton. You don't look a better player by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not saying you have to be vastly improved. I would like that, but you don't look any better than you did. Like, your shooting's not improved. In fact, let me not lie. Because he's played at this level now, obviously his decision making and his experience and a couple of them things have improved. But of note, visibly, there's nothing. So a 4.4. Wells has to get that. For me, regardless of how I think other players played, I'm giving Wells a free card. I didn't see nothing from Wells. You might saw a vid about Wells. I believe it's that Wells can have some use regardless of that. But when you play like this, anonymous, woeful through the middle, Wells, you're a physical presence. You need to use it. Whether you're lacking confidence on the goals front and because you've been injured, and Lacazette's clearly going to play more than you, and even his playing time could be limited with Aubameyang, which is a whole nother kettle in this fish in itself. You got to improve. You got to pattern up. Your contract's up. Like, if you want to leave Arsenal, you don't want to sign a new deal. I'm pretty sure you want to go to a club that's going to give you a good financial package away from sporting ambitions. Are you in a position to get 100 bags somewhere else? You're not. How you get 100 bags on this performance? I don't know, Wells. Like, I normally say to people, you know what you're going to get with Wells. You know he's going to be dead in front of goal, but you're going to get a defensively minded person that's going to chip in. You're going to get some energy. You're going to get in a lot of these things. I'm saying all of these things that weren't shown Wells. I got a lot of time for Wells in that aspect, but you can't play through the middle, bro. You can't. Wing ting. And wing ting only, bro. Wing ting. Wing, please. Maitland-Niles, I give him a 4. He got clipped at half-time. I believe El Nene could have as well. But your passing weren't exactly the best as well. I don't believe it was any worse than any of the midfielders. Like I said, you could have been on the pitch. I'm going to have a lot of bias to Maitland-Niles. He's a young G, still improving. He's finally getting a chance in the midfield. But even you weren't taking a chance. You were just sleeping, really. So you get a 4. Xhaka gets a 5. He come on the pitch and he improved it, I guess. And I don't even want to give him a 5. I just feel, based on the fact that he came off the bench, you know it's bad when Xhaka needs to come off the bench to try and make things happen. Yeah, 5 for him on the basis that I guess he did what Wenger said to come off the bench for. Nelson obviously weren't on the pitch long enough. Who came off the bench? Xhaka, come on. Nelson, come on. Who else come on? Someone else come on. Who else come on the pitch? Willock. Yeah, Willock weren't on the pitch long enough. It needs to change his boots though, man. I was feeling it for him. I was like, well, why does he keep falling on the floor? What's like some of the boot manager snaked him? Was quite upset that Willock never started, to be honest, man. And I believe he really could have started, to be honest. And him and Ketia and Nelson, they would have had a point to prove. You play a couple experienced players, they wouldn't have played any worse than some of these senior players, man. I mean, if I was Nelson, with the contract being up as much as I want to sign a new deal and you're getting chances, with all Dortmund's there's a lot of Leipzig, there's a lot of teams that could give you playing time. I'd be considering my future, especially when IWOBI's putting in these performances and you're not getting chances. How you, Rene Adelaide, I don't want to say Daniel Malin because I believe he had to prove himself a bit more in this campaign that we're seeing now, and he would have got chances now, like he's seeing happening at PSV for him now here and there. But them sort of man there, how can they be looking at it and not getting chances than you are? This is exactly why Gnabry left. Like, Gnabry got shipped off to go to the Olympics while you were in pre-season. Like, I got a lot of time for IWOBI, but come on, bro. Like, you got to pattern up, man. A lot of players got to pattern up in this team. I swear down, a lot of players got to pattern up. Guys, the Ludicuna YouTubes and Golo Kante, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.